This time I'm going to mix down the same vocals, but I'm going to use the Logic stock plugins. So the first thing I need is an EQ. I'm going to get that to hand. And then after that, I'm going to go for a compressor. And just before that, I'm going to go for a reverb. So let's go for Logic's own again. I think it's the best of the bunch in Logic, the Space Designer. And I want a small plate, or reasonably small plate. So for a plate reverb, this looks like it could be one R&B plate. We'll try that. I'm just going to mute it for now. And we'll just have a look at the vocal with the spectrum analyzer.
All I wanna do is party all night. Bring it back to the flow. Bring it back to the flow. All I wanna do is party all night. Bring it back to the flow. Bring it back to the flow.
I'm just going to take a little bit of bottom end out.
All I wanna do is party all night.
And we can EQ the sort of 1K, 2K area in a minute. Gonna add a little bit of reverb.
All I wanna do is party all night. Bring it back to the flow. Bring it back to the flow.
Right, so that's swamping it. So I'll just take the mix down.
All I wanna do is party all night. Bring it back to the flow. Bring it back to the flow.
And zoom in so you can see the pre-delay. I'm gonna try quite a big pre-delay, maybe 116, 118.
All I wanna do is party all night. Bring it back to the flow. Bring it back.
Just allows a little bit more dry signal to come through with the vocal. And I'll zoom out a little bit. EQ wise, again, just going to take a little bit of bottom off. Looks a bit like it's disabled that. Let me see if I can switch that on. I'll switch it on there. And just lower the top end a little bit. And then bottom end. Let's try that.
All I wanna do is party all night. Bring it back to the flow. Bring it back to the flow. All I wanna do is party all night. Bring it back to the flow. Give it down to your flow. All I wanna do is party all night. Bring it back.
Like I say, it has got some reverb on already, but just want to add a little bit more. And let's see what compression we can go for. So with the vocals, you're probably talking 3-to-1. Obviously we've got the auto gain on. If I didn't and that was off, I just put it on with that. So let's try some different compression modules. So there's subtle differences in each one. Yeah, quite like that. Okay. So now let's just mix it in against our original mix.
All I wanna do is party all night. Bring it back to the flow. Bring it back to the flow. All I wanna do is party all night. Bring it back to the flow. 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 All I wanna do is party flow.
Okay, so I can hear that that's a little bit thicker. Ours is. So I'm just going to add a little bit of air to our vocals.
All I wanna do is party all night. Bring it back to the flow. Bring it back to the flow.
And I'm just going to cut the very top end off as well.
All I wanna do is party all night. Bring it back to the flow.
So just around the 5K to 10K is where you're getting your air. And usually on vocals, sort of right 1 to 2K is where you're getting the definition where it's cutting into the mix. And obviously you can fine tune it.
All I wanna do is party all night. Bring it back to the flow. Bring it back to the flow. All I wanna do is party all night. Bring it back.
It just adds that little sheen to the vocal.
All I wanna do is party all night. Bring it back to the flow. Bring it back to the flow. All I wanna do is party all. I wanna do is party all night. To the dance and you broke.
Gotta say, on the other tutorials, I was using, you know, a lot of the third-party high-end plugins, but I have to say that the channel EQ on Logic really stands up. Really does. It's superb. Okay, so let's have one more A/B. So I'm just getting general levels with my ears and just seeing what frequencies we need to just boost. I'm just going to have a little play with that. Let's widen the frequency. That seems to be cutting through a little bit better there. So yeah, that sounds pretty good. So when I'm mixing down, if the mix has been done pretty good, which, you know, I did the mix, so blowing smoke, I know, but I did use a lot of high-end plugins on the original mix down. There's not as much to do with balance. I have had mixes, you know, come through, and I have got to work at a lot of aspects of the mix. The one tip I would say, you know, just on mix downs in general is it's amazing how many people choose the wrong kick. It's just, you know, just for that bottom end, or, you know, the kick and the bass just don't quite do it together. You know, I think when you choose the kick and the bass, one's got to drive it. It's either the bass or the kick itself. And, you know, when it comes to the mixing stage, it's sometimes difficult to correct a bass, a kick. So quite often I've had to like replace it or layer a kick within the kick stem. So the mix actually sounds fatter. So that more or less wraps up the vocal. Like I say, it wasn't, you know, it's not rocket science. All we did was added a bit of EQ, a nice reverb, some compression, and sort of sat it in the mix at a good level where you can hear it, everything's balanced. So in the next tutorial, we will move on and get these effects in.
Thanks everybody for watching, commenting, and indeed liking. We really do appreciate all the support we get here on our Sonic Academy YouTube channel. So if you found this video super useful, please, we'd love you to hit the subscribe button. We update the YouTube channel every week with new content. And if you want to watch some more relevant content, just click on the videos beside me.